everyone, it's Chris from cstrainingsystems.com, and today we're going to talk about sleep. So if you've ever seen any of my stuff before, you know that sleep is very important, so we won't talk about that today. We're going to talk about how you can optimize your sleep so that when you do wake up, you feel refreshed, ready to kick some ass, take some names, and you just go about your day being the most efficient you that you can be. So in order to optimize your sleep, step one is going to be putting away all your electronics at night.
Oh my god, but I just posted a summit. I need to see how many people are gonna like that. I'm so hot in that picture. Oh my god. Billy from 6 Pairs gonna think I'm so sexy.
The problem with electronics before bed is the light emitted from those screens actually tells your brain that it's still daylight out and you need to remain awake so you can find food, defend yourself, build shelter, or whatever the hell people did back in the day in order for them to survive that you don't need to do right now. Step number 2, keep your room colder at night. The cooler the room, the easier it's gonna be for you to fall asleep at night. I don't know if you're anything like me, but if you've ever gone to bed where it's 80 degrees in your room, you basically just lay awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how you can kill yourself to end this misery. 60 to 74 degrees is right about where you want it to be, and it's really gonna depend on the person. Step number 3, keep your room dark. That means invest in some blackout curtains. It means shut off all the lights, close all the doors, block off all the blinking lights from your cable box, from your phone charger, from your TV. When you turn the lights off at night, you wanna say, holy it is dark in here. You shouldn't be able to see your hand 4 inches in front of your face. The darker the room, the better. Step number 4, try taking a hot shower before bed. A hot shower is gonna get you really relaxed so that when you lay down, all those muscle jitters and tightness and anxiousness that you might be feeling might not be there when you actually go to sleep. Step number 5, if your brain races a lot before bed and you're constantly thinking about this and that and all the things that you need to do tomorrow, it can actually be really beneficial to write down the things that you're thinking about. And then when you go to bed, because you've already put them down on paper, you won't be thinking and worrying about them so much because you've already got them down in a list and you know what needs to happen tomorrow when you wake up or the next day after, and you'll feel better prepared for whatever has to come the next day. It'll put your mind at ease so you can sleep better. Step numero 6, try to practice a consistent sleep schedule. One of the worst things you can do for your sleep is Monday through Friday, you get a solid 7 hours of sleep, but then Saturday comes, you turn into a raving lunatic and you're out until 5 a.m. You get 2 hours of sleep on Saturday, you do it again on Sunday, you get 4 hours of sleep on Sunday, and then the rest of your week is totally messed up. Try to keep it consistent 7 days a week. Number 7, exercise. Pretty simple. Exercise will make it easier to fall asleep at night. Number 8, I don't know about you, but I love me some coffee. I usually drink 1 to 2 cups a day when I wake up to get myself going. But anything after 2 p.m. and that caffeine can stay in your system so that when you want to go to bed around 9, 10, 11, you still might feel jittery and awake. Because remember, caffeine is a stimulant, meaning it's going to keep you awake and keep you alert. So if you're drinking 5 cups of coffee a day and 3 of them are at like 4 p.m., you got a problem. Number 8, or whatever step we're on, I don't even remember. Don't watch the clock. I'm guilty of this one as well. A lot of times when you go to bed and you know you have to wake up at a certain time, or you have to get up really early, you can look at the clock and basically think to yourself, oh my god, if I fall asleep right now, I'm only gonna get 6 hours and 52 minutes of sleep. And then you're worried about falling asleep, so you're anxious and you don't fall asleep for the next 30 minutes. And then you look at the clock and you say, oh my god, if I fall asleep, I'm only gonna get 26 minutes and 37 seconds of sleep. And then before you know it, you're just anxious about watching the clock and getting enough sleep, and you're so worried about getting sleep that you can't get to sleep, so that when you finally do get to sleep, it wasn't enough sleep and you wake up and you feel like shit. Turn the clock off at night. It's just gonna make you anxious and paranoid. And remember, a good thing to keep in mind is even if you're not asleep when you're in bed, laying down and closing your eyes can still be beneficial in terms of allowing you to rest and recover. You don't necessarily have to be asleep to feel rested. And last but not least, try to plan your sleep in 90-minute cycles. There's been a lot of research done that suggests that we sleep in 90-minute cycles, meaning we have a certain amount of time where it's normal sleep, we have a certain amount of time of non-REM sleep, and then REM sleep, and depending on when you wake up in relation to what part of the cycle you're at, you can wake up feeling really refreshed, or you can wake up feeling like a hot pile of garbage. So ideally, try to time it out so that you get 7.5 or 9 hours of sleep, or if you can function on 6 or even 4.5 hours of sleep, I don't recommend that. You can do that as well. So try to implement these in your life. Sleep is super important for whatever goal you have. I promise you, if you improve your sleep, reaching your goal will become that much easier.